more to Crunchy's Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. Today I'm sharing with you the recipe for something I know most of you have been asking for, wanting, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. We are going to be making our own homemade suya spice. Yes, kebab pepper. And this is going to be very simple. All you need are these simple ingredients, most likely all in your pantry already. Maybe not with the granite powder, but everything else you most likely have. And if I'm going to make my own suya spice homemade, it better be organic. So I went on an organic streak here. Feel free to use whatever you have. And I'll also list everything for you in the description box. So come along with me and let's do this. So we are going to be toasting these natural ones. So this is 4 calabash nutmegs, 2 teaspoons aniseed, about 10, I think 12 whentea or negro peppers, grains of salim. I also have here my black peppercorns, a surisa. I'm going to toast these on the stove top to make it a little bit fragrant, and then we'll grind it. So these spices I'm only toasting until they become a little fragrant. Once you smell it, which is almost about now, then you know it's done. I think our spices are toasted well enough at this point. And in order not for the residual heat in the pan to cook it further, I'm going to transfer it here. Let it cool, and then we'll grind it. I'm going to pour in here 1 cup of peanut powder. And this I'm going to toast just a little bit so it gets more fragrant and the color gets a little darker. So I'm using very low heat because you don't want this to burn. And the pan is actually a little bit hot, so that should help. This is like making Tom Brown, you know, the real Tom Brown back in the day. You fry it, you know, that's how we used to call it, but that is actually toasting. So you toast it a little bit just so it becomes more fragrant before you mix it with water. But in this case, of course, no water. We just want it to be a little bit dark, smelling good. All about 2 minutes is how much we toasted this for. It is fragrant. I think the color has changed just a little bit. And now I'm gonna go ahead and pour this out of the pan because of course I don't want the residual heat to burn it. So I'm going to pour the peanut powder here into this bowl. So our spices are all cooled now, and I'm pouring them here in my spice grinder so we can blend it or melt it. This is finely grounded now. Perfect. I'm going to add my ground spices. Okay, making sure I get everything out of this. I'm going to add half a cup of onion powder. You know, this is homemade, so everything has to be good in here, you know. About a 1/3 cup ginger powder. I'll add in here 3 tablespoons cayenne pepper. This is definitely going to make it spicy, but not too spicy. If you want it hotter, you can add more. So 3 tablespoons in here. Tablespoons of paprika. This is gonna be like the whole container of the paprika at this point. So the paprika is not as hot, but that is going to help give you that beautiful red color, like your Abokyi has it. I have here my garlic powder. I'm just going to use about 2 teaspoons in here. This is all seasoned salt. Most likely you would have all-purpose seasoning at home. You can use your all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to add this, and I'll taste it before I go ahead to add any more salt. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that in here. So now we have all our spices here, and all we need to do is whisk everything, make it combined. And of course, like I said, I will taste it for salt. So color is really close to what you get from your Abokyi. And at this point, we are just going to sift this so we get it a very fine consistency. A little bit more salt. The seasoned salt didn't do all that work. So just 1 teaspoon. And whenever you use it, of course, you are going to season your meat or whatever you are going to put this on and adjust it. I'm just going to sift it so we get a very smooth, fine, I should say fine Suya spice. So if you didn't know, Suya has peanut, today you know. So when you are serving it to people and somebody has peanut allergy, you know you can give them your Suya. So this I'm going to pour on the side and do everything else. Everything is well sifted. Very last of it. And you can get that meat ready because you just made yourself your very own perfectly delicious homemade Suya spice. I thought to make this and share with you just in time for the holidays. So I hope your Labor Day celebration is going to be on fleek. And just like that, we have our homemade, absolutely gorgeous Suya spice. Just look at this. Just look at that. This smells amazing. This is really going to bring great flavor to that meat, okay? Just look at that. I know you can do this. A bowl of gorgeousness. Marinade for all your meats, vegetables, whatever you want to cook. I put Suya spice on anything and everything. So normally when I bring it from Ghana, I get about 2 olonka from my favorite Abokyi. I go let him make it for me. And when I come, I just put them in Ziploc bags, seal it, label it, and just put them in the freezer. And just leave about 1 container of it. So when I run out, I bring 1. If you happen to make a lot, then you can go ahead and do the same. Label it and freeze it. It stays fresh in the freezer. Otherwise, if you make just a little bit, as much as I did, just save it in an airtight container and use it as and when. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. This will be a very great gift for your friends. Everybody loves Suya, okay? So you can be their Suya lady. There we go. A jar full of goodness. This will be a great gifting idea, but I'm going to keep this for myself. And I hope you try this. Please give this video a thumbs up, share, and let all your friends know about this recipe, at least if not about the whole channel. Thanks for watching. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy. And now I'm just going to sprinkle a generous amount of suya powder on that. Making sure every part gets cooked. Just gonna sprinkle some suya spice on it.